Y'all know me. Still the same OG. UY. I'm Guy. I'm the guy that put out the warning video. And I wanted to do a follow up because it's really kind of crazy, right? I'm the guy that got falsely arrested, and, the Shelby Township Police Department was amazing, but still, I was almost looking at 20, 30 years being falsely arrested, 3 felonies, and a $500,000 robbery, right? And again, I didn't do it, obviously, and the Shelby Township Police Department got me out. But uh, they ended up keeping my phones for an entire week, and that week was they took my phone the day before, or 2 days before LeBron broke the record, and then Super Bowl weekend was the next weekend. So as somebody that sells cards, this is a huge time for me, and I'm pissed off when it's happening. Like, WTH, man. And so when I finally get my phone, I turn it on, and I got like 20 messages asking me if my stuff's available. Well, anybody that knows cards knows that a lot of it is impulse buying. So when I didn't respond to those people who asked me if the thing was available, a lot of those people had already spent the money they were going to spend. So I basically ended up losing a bunch of sales. However, and the cards that those guys wanted in the when they did the sting and they got me, those included. So a few days ago, now like 4 days ago, it's been a good 3 weeks since I got arrested, and then 2 weeks since I got my phones back. I get a message from a guy, not too far, well, another hour away. It's actually the first thing I go to after getting my phones back. So the first thing. The last time I went, I was busted in a sting operation and 3 felonies and all this stuff. This time, it's it's the first time getting back on the horse, if you will. And I was so scared and nervous. It was really a weird feeling. But I go out to this guy. Hang on a sec. I go out to this guy, and he ends up buying all of the stuff in the box, and I'm gonna see this guy again. He spent way more money than if I would have sold it to the other people or whatever. And it might not have been available if I would have sold it to the other people, and I never would have met this guy who's actually going to be this guy who ends up buying a lot from me, and it works out well because he's going to do really well off of me, and I'm going to do really well off of him, and blah, blah, blah. But it's one of those things where it's like, just because the door closes doesn't mean it's shut forever. Window, door, whatever, It's all about your perspective and how you look at it. And I didn't get all mad. I was like, oh well, it'll get better, whatever the reason is that I did. And when it worked out, it's like, oh, I'm actually glad, as crazy as it sounds, I'm glad I got arrested and lost my phones for a week, because if I hadn't, then I wouldn't have met this new guy who's basically going to change my life. So it's all about your perspective. It might seem really bad to begin with, but if you just look at it differently, if you just wait a little while, if you're just open to it, it might be the best thing to happen to you. You never know.